Listo, Chape. Mira ahora. Hecho.
De frío mi río, y los días van, otoño, invierno.
That night in the cave, I realized for the first time in my trip that I was completely at peace with myself and my surroundings. I felt like I belonged, and I couldn't help but to remember a passage from my grandfather's article. Thus I too finally enjoyed my father's creation, but walking through the great park and village I couldn't help feeling some resentment as I reflected that this had been my family's property. I was sometimes invited to stay at the Asterians or the Cervantes house when summer camp was over. In those homes I was able to enjoy the sort of friendships with people my own age, sons and daughters of Bahia Blanca families, that my brother had talked about in my childhood. These were families that had been friends of my own for many years. Far from camp discipline, I could wander through the village in the starlight at a time in my life when I was beginning to take an interest in the company of the opposite sex, but I was never able to completely dispel the feeling that all this had once been my father's, and I was now enjoying it only as a visitor on borrowed ground. I knew that after setting out on this trip and befriending so many amazing people, that I belonged in Villa Arcadia. This belonging transcended more than history or anything else that could be written down in books. I had created history, my own history, and that is something that no number of signs or poorly written pamphlets could ever change. And my goal, if I have a goal, which I do, is that by making this documentary, my grandfather can feel the same way.
Cuestiones que me llevaron a estar hoy en este momento y disfrutando de esto que estoy viviendo. Gracias.